On episode 8 of the 3 in the Paint podcast, Leo Bias has a crazy take on the NBA and gambling.
But it's nothing crazier than what Jeremiah did. He swallowed a bug.
See, and I'm the only sane person on this show, and I'm going to tell you why Steph Curry is the most exciting player to watch ever.
Welcome to the 3 in the Paint podcast, episode 8. Here with you, Jeremiah Solomon, Leo Bias, Mark Haynes. Another exciting episode for you. Spring is sprung. I know you guys gave me a lot of headache and trouble about that.
Today is spring.
Today was spring.
Beautiful.
75,
Bro,
beautiful
I
out.
swam today.
Beautiful, right?
It was cold.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not getting in the water yet, but
I swam,
summer.
yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful weather.
Now I'm like, man, I can't wait to bring this up today with Jeremiah. Because he was dead on wrong 2 weeks ago.
Because Leo, no, last week was that. That was last week.
Last week, you're right.
But Leo texted me because it was like a torrential downpour, and he's like, "Man, really nice spring weather." But it literally snowed. It was snowing. So look, I can understand. I can understand the hate there. But you know where also it was bad weather, and it's been bad weather for a minute, is in Milwaukee. And I'm not just talking about the weather as in temperature and climate. The
Great
Bucks,
transition. Doc
Rivers, it's been a rocky ride to say the least. Obviously, Giannis is struggling with his health right now. Obviously, the calf issue. They just announced today that he's probably going to miss the rest of the regular season.
3 games.
Probably just to nurse that.
/ Achilles.
So, yeah, I mean, it didn't look great. We'll see how that goes and how that works in their playoff series coming up. But the Doc Rivers problem, when is it a Doc Rivers problem? When do we acknowledge it as a Doc Rivers problem? The Bucks are 16-17 as of the recording of this since Doc took over after being a well over 500 team.
Number one in the East,
under
right?
Adrian Griffin. Yeah, so or right there with the Celtics. So is it a Doc? When do we acknowledge that it's a Doc Rivers problem, or in general, Doc Rivers is
Doc Rivers the most overrated coach in NBA history, Mark?
In NBA history, ooh.
Yeah, because this guy always gets a job, right? We always complain about the recycled NBA coaches, and he's the one guy that consistently gets recycled.
In NBA history, so we have Doc, we have
Mike D'Antoni,
okay. Thibodeau.
Thibodeau for sure.
Thibodeau's good though.
Yeah,
like his teams are good.
You could
Doc's teams are good
that's
too.
What I was saying. You can say that about Doc. What bad team has he
except
had?
for this one? And they're not bad. I mean, this is the number.
Yeah.
Thibodeau does what he makes the most out of his talent, though.
No,
Doc makes the least out of his talent.
He runs down his talent.
That's different. That's Doc.
No. Tibbs get everybody hurt because he be playing them like 50 minutes a game.
With
Josh Hart always talks about it on the spot. I'm like, damn, he guy runs me down.
But of all time, that'd be tough to say. But he's definitely in that discussion. So it's there's no way we could hide from it. There's no way we can avoid it. He's won the championship. Was that 2008?
That's it.
Yeah.
With a Hall of Fame team, you know, 4 Hall of Famers, which I think Rajon Rondo will be one. And shout out to him for retiring. Oh, Rondo not a Hall of Fame. That's another discussion.
Future head coach.
Yes.
Future head coach.
Basketball savant.
Brilliant mind.
I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer though.
He's getting my vote.
Is Andre Iguodala a Hall of Famer?
No.
How the hell is Rondo a Hall of Famer?
That's
it. Like if you would have said yes, I'd be like, okay, then that's fair. I think those two guys are like right there.
But that's a discussion for another time.
Right.
We're talking about Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers.
Next
three
episode.
shoe-in Hall of Famers. He won the championship. Then,
I mean, no one's benefited more than Doc Rivers and Joe Biden from 2008 victories.
There you go. There you go.
Doc Rivers and Joe Biden riding the coattails of Barack Obama. So it's about the size of it for both those guys.
And if you're Doc Rivers, I know he was complaining and playing the victim. Oh, well, I shouldn't have taken the job, or like, I'm like, bro, like, I don't deserve to be here, and because he was coaching the East.
Yeah, you guys remember those quotes? Those really
you
puzzled me.
You didn't have to take the job.
No, well,
that was a choice.
I didn't understand that from the Bucks' perspective. Why are you hiring a guy who's publicly saying I don't know why another team's giving me another shot. I don't know why I'm here. Like why are you hiring a guy publicly that's saying stuff like that? That's not a good sign about the really mentality of your new head coach. So it must have just been a huge Adrian Griffin problem at that point.
Right.
Because they're just looking for anyone in it, like
and
everybody
Giannis
to
pretty
replace
much
him.
said no. Like other reports came out that alluded that he wasn't happy. Right.
With Doc being the hire?
No, with
Adrian Griffin. Okay.
Yeah. But then he's like, nah, obviously no one's that will later come out. You'll probably break the news, but
is this a fault of the organization hiring Doc Rivers, or is this a fault of the stars in Milwaukee?
Both.
I mean, it's got to be both, right? Because they don't hire Doc without the stars signing off on it. Like you don't run that past. You don't not run that past Giannis.
Okay, so who else was their options? See what I'm saying?
That's a good question.
Mark Jackson.
I would have hired Mark.
I think Mark.
Jeff Van Gundy out there.
Jeff?
Yeah, let's not. But yeah, you could.
He can be worse.
Yeah, let's not hire Jeff.
He can be worse.
I'm going Jeff.
He can be worse.
Give me Jeff.
This is no hate to Jeff either, but
Jeff will get out there and fight for you, literally.
Well, Mark won't. Mark Jackson won't.
Mark will.
Mark built the Warriors.
Yeah, it's true.
No cap. Mark
true.
built the Warriors.
No argument.
So
here.
there were other options, but yet the organization probably got the sign off from Giannis and from Dame, and that was the one guy that I don't think they should have hired, and they hired him. They brought him out of TV to do this. Like
So is it then a less of a Doc Rivers problem and like more of a you already knew this is what you get with him, and so this is on you type deal?
that actually sounds more. That's way more of an objective take than I've heard anyone say.
Yeah,
so everybody wants to blame him, but you knew what you got with him.
Yeah, and if somebody want to hire us to coach, we go take the job and take the money. Who's turning it down? Like,
Yeah.
So
right there you go.
It's definitely not his fault.
No, it's not.
But he is a problem. Are we gonna agree on that? That
Sure.
He wasn't.
teams hiring him is a problem.
He wasn't teams as in
Like
he shouldn't
he-
be
like
coaching
he-
in the
hiring
NBA.
us, though. It's like, we gonna take the money.
Is Doc Rivers a net negative or a net positive to a team when he arrives?
Depends on the team for me.
Depends on the team for me.
What team has he been a net positive for in the last 10 years?
I feel like the Clippers played hard for him.
I would like him with a young team. I don't like him with a superstar team. But if you give him a young
which has been
team,
all his teams, right?
yeah, except
of
for
late.
Orlando,
Of late, like the Embiid-led Sixers and the Clippers and
I
the
feel
Bucks.
like, maybe he didn't, like, with having great teams or whatever, you don't really have a chance to, like, grow as a coach.
Yeah.
And even players. Like, you look at certain guys who play on great teams and they do well. We see Jordan Poole. He's starting to figure it out late in the season right now. But with the Warriors, he looked like a stud. He got to the Washington Wizards, and it was like, oh, this is nothing like playing with the Warriors. And I think that's happened similar with Doc. You win with Boston, automatically you're this amazing, great coach. I can't remember who the number one pick was. And I might even be throwing words in his mouth, but like a guy like Anthony Bennett, if I remember correctly, he was picked number one, which I know.
Cleveland.
But he didn't ask to be picked number one.
Yeah.
Everybody, they picked him.
That was the craziest
Cleveland
draft.
picked him.
Victor
He didn't
Oladipo.
say, I should be the number one pick. Would his career have been better, or would he stood a chance if he was picked 25th?
25th.
You know what I'm saying? Without all this expectation. Doc Rivers, once he won that championship with Boston and they were going to the finals and expected to go to the finals year after year, when he got to the Clippers, that's what you expected.
Well, can you win a chip with a bad coach or a mediocre coach?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So Doc Rivers can be a mediocre coach and still having won that championship.
Got the
I don't
right
think
team.
he's a mediocre coach.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that what you was making me say? I
No.
wasn't saying that.
Let me be clear. Let me get clear. I'm not
think he's a
saying
mediocre
saying
coach.
my good friend Mark Haynes is saying Doc Rivers is a mediocre coach. I'm not even saying that. What I'm saying is, can you be a mediocre
so.
coach? And if so, is that what he is?
Well, let's go
because
down
all
the
the
line.
teams after that he's coached have
What
not
was
been great.
one where
Also, I do want to clarify something. We're not oblivious to the fact that like he's made playoff series and like gone into the playoffs. Like he just hasn't been able to get over that like game 7.
Yeah, I mean he's
right.
He's awful.
So like I don't want to act like he joins a team and then they miss out on the whole playoffs. I'm just saying like
because his guys play hard for him. I just think there's a lack of execution from his guys in terms of game planning and making the right moves during the game, right? But I can't think of a mediocre coach who's won a championship. Is Frank Vogel a mediocre coach because he won the championship in the bubble? Like who though? I'm trying to think of.
I don't think Frank Vogel's a great coach.
I think he's decent.
Yeah,
I think he's decent.
I think he's decent.
Is he better than Doc? See,
Yeah,
I mean, I would probably say yes, but I don't really have any. I don't really have any.
Better than Doc.
I don't really have any evidence to back that up. But like, just my eye test would say that he manages games better, but maybe not. I don't know.
Are the Suns managing games better? I mean, he's the Suns coach.
Yeah, no, the Suns have their own problems. I guess we can just wrap up this part of the segment saying the Bucks have problems right now. There's it's like terrain
and
pull
both
up
of y'all
type
had
deal.
the Bucks going to the NBA Finals.
Which I would like to officially.
So he has
Camera one, take Mark Haynes, please. Yeah.
His out was with the Clippers.
My out wasn't with anyone,
Okay,
bro.
so now he gets his out.
I built that out into the house, bro. I built the escape hatch. I built that escape hatch into my house. This is no new tunneling happening. No,
you
nothing.
can't.
You're
You're
built
staying
that.
with the Bucks. He has an out.
I would have to take back my Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay, there's his out.
I can't say they're doing it. With Doc taking over, this isn't working. Whatever.
Even with Pat Bev on the team.
Even with Pat Bev, you seen the greatness of Pat Bev the other day. What he had 20 points or whatever.
With the broken wrist.
With broken wrist that needs surgery, right?
Yeah,
but
he said, "Nah, I gotta play, Doc."
The dog. The dog.
I respect it.
You know what I'm saying? So even with the superpowers of Pat Bev, I don't have them coming out the East anymore.
Okay, it's fair.
It's hard to pick them to come out of the East at this point.
You don't get an out though.
But I haven't made my pick, even though we only got 2-3 games left. I don't know who to pick coming out of the East.
That's a good transition into what the Sixers might or might not do. Can the Sixers be your team?
I need to see these next 2-3 games because with Joel Embiid back,
right,
the Sixers look scary again.
Look, I'm just gonna say this. We don't need to see 2 or 3 games. The Sixers are collectively him if Embiid is on the court. If Embiid's healthy, they are a huge threat to the Celtics in the East.
Is Embiid the best player in the East?
Yes.
Is he the best player in the East?
When healthy, he is. I get you.
So my answer is yes, but I want to say something more definitive, like absolutely. But
he's better than Giannis.
That's why Giannis is hurt right now. So.
I'm saying when both are healthy, who's better?
Giannis is more limited than Embiid.
Embiid's better.
Embiid's definitely better.
I disagree, but okay.
Okay. Let's.
I think Giannis is the best player. In the East.
And why is he better than Embiid?
I think Tatum is the second best player in the East. And I think Embiid's the third
Glazer
best
alert.
player
Tatum
in the
Glazer
East.
alert.
Okay. Because everybody is talking about Tatum not being this, not being that. The last time I checked, the guy has a winning resume. He is one more than Embiid has, and less time than Embiid has. So, and he's more skilled than Embiid. I don't know.
So we counting playoff appearances now as winning more?
I mean, Shaq talked about how winning is boring today on the show.
Shaq be saying some crazy stuff on the podcast,
which I'm gonna talk about after this. But okay,
well,
because it always comes out to gambling for me. But yeah,
well, I just don't understand. Like, you didn't say anything to me that convinces me that Giannis is better than Embiid.
Well, he's a champion.
Who's a better defender?
Well, he's Giannis.
Okay, so Giannis gets the knock on deep gets the nod on deep. Who's better in the paint?
Giannis.
Okay,
I think Embiid's just better offensively. I'll say that.
In the mid post, I think he's better in the mid post.
From three,
he's a better shooter
from free throw.
Yeah,
offensively, Giannis is quite limited.
Giannis is a better passer. I don't think Embiid's a great passer.
I don't think Giannis is a better passer.
I don't think so either.
It's tough. I mean, it's
look. I
right
don't disagree. I
Nick
agree.
Nurse talked about how he wasn't a great passer, and then Embiid went up to Nick because Nick coaches the who is he coach now? The Sixers.
Yeah, Sixers.
Before he was on his team, and no, what the fuck am I saying?
I don't know what you're
the
saying.
Raptors, because he was coaching the Raptors.
Yeah.
That's when they had conversations about him becoming the better passer.
Yeah. Look, I mean,
I don't think he passes much, but
yeah.
but if he wanted to, I think.
Embiid, and I know people are gonna go after me for this, but Embiid is a different player if the refs swallow the whistle a little bit. So he has a little bit of that James Harden game in him, where a big part of his game is drawing fouls.
He's the best foul drawer in basketball.
Absolutely, like
better than SGA.
Yes,
Yeah.
he has the.
That guy flops like crazy.
Embiid has the quickest whistle of anyone in the league.
Yeah.
That's an undeniable fact, even more than the Lakers collectively.
Yeah.
So, and again, that's not me saying that Embiid somehow is less skilled, but I'm just saying
He's skilled.
I'm just saying his game has to adapt a little bit in the playoffs.
He's more skilled than Giannis, but that don't mean he's a better
he's
player.
for sure more skilled
Because
than
Giannis will do all the little things to win a championship. He'll dive on the floor. He does things that.
Embiid just can't do that. He gets hurt.
Okay, so that's why Giannis is a better player. That's exactly why he's a better player.
I'm not saying that's enough to put him over the line.
This is the first time that Giannis has really dealt with something that serious, because Giannis is all about what? The guy plays games. He's reliable, something that Joel has never been. So I can't say that he's a better player when this guy has won the championship, when he's been the face of the organization for such a long time, and I just think he's a better player.
Shout out Ghost Energy. Sponsor me.
But
we'll just leave that there.
But are the Sixers legit, Mark?
I think they are. They were legit before Embiid got hurt, so I don't see why not after, because he's coming back.
So they got Buddy Hield.
Well, and all Maxey has done is develop, and he's the second fastest guy in the league.
And his confidence is like sky high. So Embiid, he's actually coming back to a better team. It's all about what type of Joel Embiid we go get.
Look, and the Sixers did not look good without Embiid, but I still think they, like, to your point, Mark, I think they did develop while he was gone.
Yeah.
Even if that didn't really translate to winning streaks,
they
did develop. So, look, if he's healthy,
they're going to be tough to beat.
If he's healthy, they're going to beat the Celtics.
Do they have a? I was going to say that. That's crazy.
So you got them going to the finals.
Yeah.
Damn, he's just a Celtic hater.
If my beloved Bucks can't pull it off, which is not looking like they will, then I think the Sixers will beat the Celtics.
What if the Bucks win? Like, what will you have to say about Doc Rivers?
I mean,
there you go.
I think I have to.
Yeah.
I think I have to do an apology tour.
You would.
Yeah, pretty much a full-on apology tour.
Would you jump out the Sacramento River?
Huh?
Or would you jump into the Sacramento River?
From where, bro? The bridge, bro? Like,
yeah.
What are we promoting on this podcast, bro? If you have suicidal thoughts,
no. If Doc Rivers wins the championship,
it's got to be something drastic.
Yeah. Would you jump into the river? I mean, everybody be jumping off the river off of Folsom.
No. Oh, Folsom?
Off like the Folsom Bridge. You know what I'm talking about. They be doing those.
Bridge just sounds high. I have no idea
exactly,
what we're talking
he's
about.
He's like, would you jump off? I'm like, you said jump off. I'm like, jump off
like,
what, bro?
You know, like them kids, they be jumping from the bridge.
Yeah, we all used to be those kids. Yeah, 100%.
So, except me.
So, exactly.
I like my feet on the ground.
I'm Mexican, yeah. Would you jump off the bridge in Folsom if he wins the championship? That should be a yes.
If the Sixers win the chip, the Bucks or the Sixers?
Yeah.
The Bucks?
Yeah, watch it because he go bet you.
If the Bucks
this
win,
is going to happen.
If the Bucks win the chip, I won't jump off the bridge, but I'll get in the water.
with the Doc Rivers jersey.
I don't even know how high that bridge is.
Yeah,
how
we gotta
high?
Find a Doc jersey.
Yeah, a Doc Rivers jersey.
How high is that bridge?
I mean, kids jump off.
Are you even allowed to jump off it? Am I going to get arrested for this? I don't need
more.
more. I don't need more law enforcement. I don't.
You're not getting arrested for that.
You don't know me. I don't need more law enforcement on me, bro. I've got enough law enforcement activity in this hemisphere over here. So, I don't know how tall the bridge is. If it's a reason, look, I'll buy a Doc Rivers jersey.
Okay.
I'll wear it around Sacramento.
Okay.
With like a horn or like yelling loudly like Doc Rivers is the GOAT or something.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
And I'll do that for a minimum of an hour in Sacramento.
I like that.
Oh yeah, that's good footage right there.
That's good
Yeah,
footage.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
You know what? I'm just because of that. I'm sticking with Milwaukee. Me and Pat
Damn.
Bev, we're going to see this.
Okay.
This is crazy.
We're going to see this. So I'm sticking with Milwaukee.
It's out.
Yeah.
So you can no longer use it out regardless.
I'm staying Milwaukee. The rest of the year, let's go Bucks.
Crazy.
I love
Dame
it.
time.
He's tripling down.
Pat Bev time.
The Three in the Paint
Brooke
podcast
Lopez,
is bipolar.
Giannis coming back. The Nassus.
The nicest.
The Nasus.
What is new
Hey.
podcast?
Also, I saw Chris Haynes.
Yeah.
Our boy
shout out
Chris.
to that guy, whoever he is.
Yeah, we saw him on the Thanalysis or however you say that podcast.
Oh, really?
You seen the new Thanasis podcast?
I didn't know he had a
that was-
podcast. He has a podcast.
Yeah, it's a good one too. Good production.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a perfect time for a call out. You know, he does Giannis brother podcast and hasn't even done his own brother.
There we go.
Oh, man.
I expect you soon.
Yes.
Okay, here
Yes.
we go.
But moving on real quick to maybe a shorter topic. If you had one game that you could attend of a player in their prime in history, who would it be?
Will Chamberlain.
Well,
Will
Why?
Chamberlain. I mean, that guy was Showtime outside of basketball, and he was a dominant force on the court. I don't know. He seems like an interesting guy, like a party guy.
okay.
I feel like after every win, we'd be going to have fun.
What he said he had 100 something
100
women.
different women.
Yeah,
All I know is that story with Wilt where
100 women, 100 points.
There you go.
nah, that lifestyle, bro, that's can't condone.
It's
But
tiring.
You know what the the crazy story that I've heard is the one I don't even know if it's true, but as far as I know, it's fact checked relatively well. Is for the people who were there, is the one where he's in the elevator
Oh, and he spit
and
on
the guy
dude.
asks him how the weather is up there, and he spits on the guy and says it's raining.
Yeah.
You seen that clip?
Kareem told that story.
Kareem told that story that he's in an elevator. Some guy asks Will how he's so tall, right? How's the weather up there?
That's hilarious.
He spits on the guy and then says it's raining.
And what the guy do?
I don't know.
That's a good one. I mean, what is he going to do?
What are you gonna do? You just get off the elevator and just
Probably
move
like
on, right?
5'6".
You just move along. That's all I know.
That's it. He's moving along.
What about you, Mark? One game.
You know what's interesting? It's going to be somebody that I've watched, which might be surprising to you. And the person is Steph Curry. The reason I picked Steph, even though I've seen him play, numerous amount of times, Steph Curry, to me, is by far, I love LeBron. I understand the greatness of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and it's a whole bunch of guys that, obviously must see basketball. But when it comes to just being entertaining and just fun, look, I'm getting interrupted, but entertaining and
Steph
just
calling you?
fun.
Steph calling.
Is that Steph? Nah, it ain't him. But Steph is the most exciting player to watch ever. There's no show like the Steph Curry show in an NBA basketball game. I don't care if it's Jordan, I don't care if it's LeBron, whoever.
Yeah.
Like the guy, could you imagine? We seen like Jordan highlights for his career and stuff.
Yeah.
The person that has to put together the highlights for Steph Curry's career, man, he's gonna be working all night. I think there's no question he's the most exciting player ever to play the game, and that's who I'm picking.
That's a good pick, honestly. And I was gonna go kind of a similar direction, but I won't because you picked him. So we're gonna go. But I have a good. I'm not going a single player. Mm-hmm. I would have loved to see MJ in his prime. I'm not gonna lie, right? Like none of us have said that. I think it's a little. I'm not gonna put words. I think it's a little disingenuous if none of us say MJ, right? Like I think seeing MJ in his prime, those teams, those three-peats, like that would be some incredible basketball to watch. But I think you're right that Steph Curry is the greatest show ever to play basketball. Mm-hmm. Just the greatest spectacle, the logo threes, the ridiculous finishes at the rim.
Let me guess. Which player you'll pick? Let me see if I read his mind right. Dennis Rodman.
That's crazy. Mark Safe from
Leo
Villa's reading my mind.
I would like to party with him. You want to party with Will? I'm partying with Dennis.
Nah, I'll steer. I'll stick. I'll go
in Vegas.
You in Vegas, bro. You love Vegas.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna go is I would love to have been in the building and seen LeBron and Steph go at it in those playoffs, the 2016 playoffs.
Finals.
Yeah.
Because I think LeBron is the second greatest show ever in the NBA to watch. Like his prime
over Michael.
I didn't watch Michael. I've seen the tape, right? I've seen lots of Michael Jordan tapes because I've made it like a point to go back and just try to watch full games, right? Of what you can.
The MJ stands are crazy.
But I didn't get to see that. So I don't really know what him and the Pistons and what that dynamic was like but I remember
for the viewers, you might want to clarify how old you are, because they'll be like, how didn't you not see Michael Jordan?
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I'm 25, but even people who are older than me, like, I mean, you could have seen Michael, but you didn't, like, you weren't really old, and unless you're
old, like,
I don't know how old.
I'm old.
Well, yeah, but you get my drift. And I watched those games against the Warriors, but being in person, seeing the greatest like force in basketball ever to play at his position, and the most skilled, forceful guy. We're not talking like Shaq level force. The most skilled, forceful guy who can just get a bucket.
Right.
Steph in the show he's putting on, the Splash Brothers in general, Clay hitting threes, Draymond and his antics, Kyrie in that situation.
Yeah, that
what a treat!
amazing.
What a treat, man! I remember watching it on TV and just like marveling at, like, feeling like this is the best basketball I've ever watched, and I think that is the best basketball to this day I've ever seen. And so, being in person and getting to be that would have been incredible.
I have to admit something here on 3 in the Paint. I'm locked into that whole series. Watched every game except for Game 7.
Oh, what?
I didn't watch it at all. Didn't see the block. Heard it on the radio. I was driving. I was working at that time. I had to get to work. It was I forget why I was.
But you didn't watch it live.
I didn't watch it live. Yeah, of course I watched it later or whatever. Yeah, but I watched it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the same. Like watching it, hearing it. I almost crashed my car when I heard I was going. It sounded so amazing.
You had money on the game. You were like,
it was, and I can only imagine, like you said, being there.
Incredible.
Like that had to be amazing. That had to be amazing.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I get it. Like, people are like, oh, prisoner of the moment, recency bias. I mean, I'm sure there's other moments in history I would have loved to see, right? Like in basketball. But that for me, I think it's the best basketball I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Tape or not tape, like 90s era, to me, just like what I saw, that would be incredible. Just the spectacle, man.
Did y'all see the clip of LeBron and Umpire where he's talking about the block?
Yeah, just get him to deviate a little bit, and I'll be there to block it.
Yeah. That was pretty dope.
That's cool. Shout out Mind the Game podcast.
Yeah, JJ hitter.
Yeah, I'm not a JJ hitter. I got crucified in the comments for my JJ. Look, you know what's crazy in that clip? I got to defend myself here.
No.
I got to defend myself.
You're
here.
a JJ hater, bro.
What did I say in the bulk of that clip? I said he seems like a great guy.
People watch
basketball
the first
savant.
10 seconds.
Yeah, that was like, nah, just whatever he said the first 10 seconds. We don't care what you said after.
That's crazy.
It's like, this food is just not looking
I'm not going to taste the other food.
It tastes amazing. It doesn't look good, but it tastes amazing. No, you said it don't look good.
That's crazy. Yeah, but no, I mean, shout out to them and the things they're doing. But speaking of like greatest spectacle moments and players to watch in history, do you think Bronny James is a legit NBA player and he'll get drafted, or do you think he's just going to get drafted because his last name is James?
I think he's going to get drafted because his last name is James, but I will say that he's an NBA level defender already at this young age. That's his best attribute. But there are a lot of guys who are more, I guess, NBA ready than him. I think the whole heart thing really hurt him and his development coming into USC. But damn, I'd be damned if I'd say he don't have high basketball IQ, because he does. He's a good passer. And I just think because his father is LeBron, he's going to get a chance, which he should, because he is his son, and that could come with LeBron. So a nice little package there if you are an NBA team, if you do draft him.
Warriors.
Especially if you draft him in the second round. Like, what's there to lose? Seriously, though.
That's the big thing. Like, what is there to lose? Like,
honestly,
at worst, he's going to do well for you.
How many busts have we not seen? Like, oh damn, like dude, this is LeBron James's son.
We see first rounders. We see first rounders who's
we see Anthony Bennett, the number one pick in the draft, be one of the biggest busts ever. So let's not make it a big if they use a second round pick, who cares?
Yeah.
I would have used 10 second round picks if I got LeBron James to come with me. Come on,
even
bro,
at
stop.
40 years old.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with you. Like he will get drafted because his last name is James and his father's LeBron James, LeGoat, LeCoach, LeGM, right? But I guess I agree wholeheartedly with your take. Yeah. It seems, and I'll be honest, I haven't watched a ton of Bronny James at USC. I don't think anyone really has watched a ton. But from people who have watched more than me, that's the general take, is that he seems to be an NBA level defender.
Yeah.
And there's no questioning that his heart issues, and I'm glad he seems to have, overcome that and move past it. Because I mean, at that point, like, basketball is nothing compared to, his future, his future, just being a young man and having those issues.
Right.
So seems to be an NBA level defender, like you're saying. And like LeBron James' son, he's going to have basketball IQ. He's going to have the best resources to succeed in the league as LeBron's son.
Like, so, is he going to make your team worse?
No, yeah. So take a flyer. I'm not against, like, you're going to take a flyer on a nobody in the second round who has similar stats, or are you going to take a flyer on Bronny James?
100%. I'm going to go with the upside.
Absolutely.
Especially in the second round. And his jump shot looks really good. It just hasn't gone in at a high clip. But just like Davion Mitchell, we always talk about, damn, that shot looks good, but it don't go in. Same with Bronny. The shot looks it looks better than his dad's shot, 1,000%, but it just hasn't gone in yet. And I feel like with LeBron being his dad, like, they're going to put the work in. And LeBron just talked about that. He goes, the work will show itself. And I just feel like his game is more catered towards the NBA as is. Because in college, it's more restrictive. The coach has a lot of say in how you play. And so, to me, I think it is a no-brainer taking a flyer on Bronny James in the second round. And honestly, even the late first round, and I'm not even going to cap, like, if that comes with LeBron James, I'm taking Bronny.
Definitely.
It's like saying I'm not going to draft a 40-year-old LeBron James with the first round pick. Come on, bro.
Hey, you might take it in the lottery.
1,000. I'm taking them number one if it comes with LeBron James.
With LeBron.
What are we talking about, man?
Yeah, and I just have one other point to make on this. I have an apology to make. I just realized that this is our good co-host Mark Haynes' Facts or Cap segment that I totally didn't realize it was our Facts or Cap segment. So I hijacked, ladies and gentlemen, the Facts or Cap with Mark Haynes. So this was our Facts or Cap segment, and I think we're all saying, it sounds like we're all saying facts,
that he's getting,
but with a big caveat in that he probably still deserves a shot.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Long as, like, I do think he deserves it. Maybe it's a little early. So what? But I do think he would have ended up in the NBA.
Would you not have him on your G League team to, like, develop him?
Exactly.
And with LeBron, like, it's a no-brainer,
that's
bro.
Didn't LiAngelo Ball make it? Didn't he make a team to Charlotte?
Yeah, he was on the G League team.
Did he play in a game though?
He played in the Summer League.
Summer League.
Okay. Bronny don't deserve that.
The buzz is gonna be crazy. Like, Summer League gonna be packed.
No, 100%
to go watch Bronny play.
And maybe this is a topic for another episode. But is the G League development better than the college development?
It's a great question, bro.
That's another thing that can be discussed.
They're getting rid of the Ignite team though.
Yeah.
But that's a good
Are you telling me
It's
the
another
Stockton Kings
topic.
wouldn't sell out if Bronny James was on that team? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Which I just went to the game, and my gosh,
It's fun.
shout out to Coach Lindsey for winning Coach of the Year.
Talented.
But oh my gosh, that team plays just like their big brother, the Sacramento Kings. They were up 15, got down 15, came back, and fell short. Damn, that's the Sacramento Kings, I said.
Yeah.
Just bad habits, bad decisions.
They had the number 1 seed too.
Number 1 seed, and they let the Oklahoma City Blue come in. Old Sacramento King Ramsey, Jamea's Ramsey came in and he had like 30 points on their head. Like, that was sad, bro.
But shout out Stockton, Western Conference Finals.
Losers, yeah.
Shout out to, like you said, shout out to
I'm sorry, not losers, appearance.
Crazy. That's crazy.
What a hater, bro.
Yeah, I was pissed.
But like you said, shout out to Lindsey Harden.
No, to her. I mean,
who could potentially become the first female
NBA
coach. Getting an interview with the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she seems to have all the skills necessary to succeed in that role. So we'll see. But yeah, they did a great job this past season.
So let's do buy or sell.
Buy or sell.
We got our buy or sell segment cooking
Can
up.
I go first now?
Today on the 3 in the Paint.
I feel like I keep doing it wrong. The buy or sell.
It's really not that hard. Do I need to explain it for you guys again?
I'm gonna do it wrong again.
No, okay. Let me explain it again.
I'm buying the bullshit from the NBA and Adam Silver saying that Jonte Porter committed the mortal sin and that will get banned because he betted on himself.
So you're selling
over and under. I don't know what it is.
So you're mad about it?
I am angry about it.
So you're selling Adam Silver in the NBA.
I'm selling Adam Silver and the NBA because that is complete bull crap. It's effing bull crap. We all know it. And what pisses me off the most, Jeremiah, which goes back to our, I don't know which episode it was about integrity of the game. Did you guys know that not only TNT, but every NBA, which I haven't seen it with the Kings, but every other team, on their live broadcast, they're showing the FanDuel live spread.
Yeah, I've seen those.
And I'm like, and I thought about Jeremiah, I can't wait to tell Jeremiah this. I'm like,
I've seen that.
There is no integrity, bro. Like,
we were talking about different things.
There's a live spread going on with the Kings in the, okay, so it was Kings Thunder, and the live spread at the time was minus 12.5, and I'm like, bro, they are making this so freaking like
when that
normal.
Was the King was up 20.
They're normalizing this thing like it's just like nothing. But then they're gonna turn around and say, Jonte Porter, here you're gonna be that like, really, bro.
Look, I understand what you're saying, but that still doesn't invalidate
biggest hypocrisy in ever.
We don't have to rehash this discussion, but I understand. It's a good sell. I'll just go. It's a good sell. I get the sell. It's a good sell.
Live spreads during live games, bro. We're just gonna normalize it now.
Yeah, that's wild.
I'm not gonna accept that. No,
we gotta get you to talk with Adam Silver.
Yeah, you should have come to the game. If you had pulled up, you could have met him.
And then Shaquille O'Neal, out of all things, on his show today said that
I heard that
he was yelling at a ref. +6. That was a spread. That was an effing spread because he sat down with the bookie and he asked the bookie. He's like, hey, do you have any NBA players that pretty much sell? He goes, nah, because y'all too expensive because y'all make too much money, which makes sense, but I work with referees. So when he told him that, now he was talking smack to all these referees saying +6, F this. So every time he thought there were a ton of bad calls, he would talk shit to the ref saying, -5 or like, I know what the spread is, like that.
So you think
there's no integrity, bro. That's the shit I'm talking about.
No, look, if that's widespread and that's true, then for sure, yeah, you've lost the integrity in the sport. Yeah,
I mean, come on.
And what I mean,
so you're saying Shaq's lying? See,
I'm not calling any man that I'm not talking with face to face a liar.
Okay,
but I would be
JJ.
I would be. I never called JJ a liar. JJ. What is this? No, crazy. But we're gonna act like people that are trying to be relevant. I'm not speaking of Shaq because Shaq is relevant. He'll be relevant.
Yeah, always.
But we're not acting like people who are trying to be relevant don't embellish their stories. Come on, bro. You got to use a little more discernment than that. So I agree with you. That's alarming. But I also don't think that the NBA would turn a blind eye to that, because what they make money off of is an entertaining product on the court.
So it goes back to what me and him said. It's entertainment.
That at the least appears has the game being played on the court is without disruption or like fingers on the scales. So it's in the NBA's interest to not allow the refs to bet on games. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that story doesn't get out if refs are betting. So maybe in the Shaq era, maybe that was happening more often. Look, football, it happens in football, and the NFL just pushes it under the rug and just deals with it, washes their hands, and moves on. So I wouldn't be surprised if the NBA did that to some degree in the past. But look, and we've talked about it. Like, it's obvious the refs put a huge influence on these games late,
1000%.
bringing games closer to the spreads. Like, we know that to be true. So, I think it's a good sell. What's your buy or sell this week, Mark?
You know what? I'm buying again. I'm spending money.
All right.
And I was actually going through my phone right now, looking at some things, whatever, and I came up with nothing, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Go with what you want to say.
Okay.
And I'm buying the OKC Thunder. I believe the OKC Thunder will
be in the finals.
Be in the NBA Finals.
Yeah. It's not crazy.
I mean, I'm not buying
unless
that.
they face the Kings in the first round.
That's the craziest stuff I've ever heard.
Right there.
It's a guaranteed.
Now that's you got a good point there because if Keon Ellis
is about to ball out, that's what I'm talking about.
He keeps playing, and I'm predicting great things from my man Keon Ellis. I'm predicting.
Shout out Keon, man, just a consummate professional, man.
Yeah, man.
Shout out Keon.
9 3-pointers.
It would be really dope if we got him on.
8 for 15.
It'd be dope if we got him on this podcast.
That would be dope if we got Keon Ellis on the pod.
Yeah.
We should try that.
Yeah, we should try to get Keon on that. But yeah, I mean, he started 8 for 15 or 6 for 8 the other day. Finished 8 for 15 in threes.
That's amazing.
Excuse me, career high 26 points. I think I just swallowed that bug that you were complaining about.
Yeah, it's been
there you go.
Yeah, good job.
That's crazy.
Thank you.
Hey, that's a team player right there. After all the scrutiny he's taken, he still took him for the team, and he swallowed the bug. Pause.
That's crazy.
Pause.
That's crazy. I do think
That's wild.
Yeah.
I swallowed some.
He's buying the bug.
Oh man, I definitely swallowed some foreign substance.
That's a teammate.
I swallowed foreign substance just like Alex Rodriguez did in his steroid era.
But
anyways,
Alex Rodriguez.
All right, for my buy or sell segment, because these guys don't know how to do the buy or sell segment.
Okay.
This is crazy that you guys both. It's wild.
Learning.
But I'm selling Elon Musk and Tesla full self-driving capabilities. If you own a Tesla out there, you understand my pain. A little over a year ago, to bring the lay folks up to speed, a little over a year ago, Elon Musk changed the way that they manufacture Teslas, and they removed all of the sensors on the vehicles, saying, giving the vehicle the data on how close objects are and things like that. They removed all that from their vehicles in the pipe dream that their camera-based AI technology, Tesla Vision, could replace all of that data.
They can't.
It has not worked. It's broken. The full self-driving is good, but it makes too many critical errors. I'm selling Tesla and full self-driving. Elon, get it together. Look, come on the podcast, Elon. We could talk about this, but
are you going to sell all your stocks?
Man, that bug is not wanting to go down.
In Tesla?
I don't have any Tesla stock.
No?
I don't have any Tesla stock.
Okay.
SEC don't come after me. You trying to out me to the IRS again, bro? That's crazy.
Are you selling your Tesla stocks? I know you got a lot.
That's crazy. But you want to take us with this? You want to wrap up the show for us?
Man, well, we appreciate every single one of you guys for all the
deep.
support. Man, that bug went in there deep, yo. You know how we go all about it, man. Shout out to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe for more 3 in the Paint. I appreciate my guy, Jay. Appreciate Mark as always.
Sir. Yes, sir.
We got a lot of presents for y'all in the very near future with a capital N. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.